I'm presenting to you these two animals. These two guys are all both pure lines. These are savannas. I think you can see all the features. Look at the faces. Look at this face. Look at the ears. They really look to be very good savannas, and they are really very good animals. But what I want to show you is that when you're breeding your animals, let's say they are bred today, and they are born today, when do you have to introduce them to the males? Or why do I have a lot of different sections? Like how people are asking me, Hamis, why do you separate your animals? This is the reason why I separate my animals. When an animal makes 3 months, I have to separate it from the main flock, make a winners section, make also a female winners section. This is the reason. These two animals, they're all of the same breed and they're all full blood pure. I think you can look at this. I'm sure about this one. It's around 2 years, because if you look at my 2 years back videos, I used to show you this animal when it was still young. But this animal, what happened? It was bred when it was still young. So it was around 5 months. That's when it got bred. I told you many times that these animals, if you're breeding, if you're feeding them really very well, it can even come on heat in 5 months or 4 months. So this animal was born alone, and it had a lot of milk. We had a lot of feeds. We supplement our animals with a protein that is alfalfa. So this girl came up very, very well, but we didn't know that this goat was going to get bred at that age. So we left it with the mother, because we were not in it. Actually, it was born not in a very good group, because we always consider synchronization. We produce animals in a group and then we separate them at a group. So they were born few, not in the right time. So we decided to leave it with the mothers. This animal was bred when we didn't even know by ourselves. So it was bred and it produced the first baby when it was 10 months. So it really affected this animal. I'm telling you the truth. If you allow early pregnancy, an animal will lose a lot of nutrients and give it to the baby. What will it affect it? It will not affect its genes, like its performance of the gene, but it will affect its appearance, what we call the phenotype, but it will not affect the genotype. So this girl was bred when it was 5 months. Then it produced the first baby when it was 1 year old. Sorry, when it was 10 months old. That really affected this animal. Its weight, because when you compare the two, this is a pure and the other one is a pure. And when you look at the size of this goat, it really came up well. That means it should have gotten pregnant at the right size. So that means it was able to balance the nutrients, then bring out this very good size, but also the good features. But this one brought up very good features, but it did not bring out the very good size. Why? Because it was bred when it was young and it transferred all the nutrients to the baby. The baby this girl produced 1 year ago, I sold it 3 million. But since then, this goat has never produced again. So it was affected. Now it is trying to recover all the nutrients that he lost in that period. And now it is now pregnant. It's going to produce for the second time after another year, because remember, it produced when it was 10 months. I want to prove you. I've taught you many times how to do what they call dentition. We check the age of the animal depending on the teeth. This pair, I think you can see these small teeth. This is a milk teeth, and this is permanent teeth. Each pair to come, like in our country here, because these animals graze a lot, and they go in the fields, they exercise, they use a lot of teeth. The teeth come out at 12 months. In some areas where the animals really feed on concentrates, this can come on 14 months. So there is not any big difference between the two in this area and even other areas. So if a pair comes on a year, this is 1 year and this is 2 years. Even if we say that it came at 14 months, so that means 14 and 14, that is 2 years and 4 months. You get it? So this animal, what I'm telling you is the truth. It has very good features. It is showing you a very funny size, yet it is a pure blood animal when you look at it and even when you look into the records. So, my dear, my advice into this, all of us, we would like to have this kind of animals, because no one would wish really to have this kind of size. But there is also a possibility that this animal can produce an animal that can bring out this size, but itself can never and never attain this kind of size. So when you're taking your animals for breeding, don't rush, because you need kids. You're going to affect the phenotypical appearance of your animals, though it will not affect the genetics. Now it has even affected the rate of production. If this goat was separated very well, and I kept it in my section where I always keep the winners, and it was bred at 8 months, makes a year with the first baby, it should have given me extra 2 other babies. But because it was affected, so it took the whole year trying to recover from that situation, because remember, it produced and also had to give the milk to the baby. That's also another stress, because it also had to survive. It's the same thing like you people who want to ship animals which are pregnant. Sometimes, I don't see all of them, I don't say all of them, but some of them also have the same effects. So to prevent that, we really need to be very, very careful with that. And this has come out really very well. I know everybody really love this kind of animals, and the size coming up, and even if you show it to someone, he really appreciates, looks at the animal, appreciates by himself. So that's what I really wanted to tell you, that people don't force those animals to come on heat earlier. Let them take their time. Let them take their time. Let them be bred in the right time. Help them to control. It is you who is supposed to control your flock. Separate the wings. We are not separating these animals because we really want, but because we need to follow the right procedures. Put the male wing such that you prevent this kind of situation and you get this kind of situation. Also, the males the same way, not serving the sisters, not even serving the mothers. Also the male, if you give it females when it's still young, you find that a male is really having very good features, but of course it will never put on a very good weight, because it always gives out a lot of protein to the females. Also, the human beings, you guys, don't allow your kids start serving other people like that. They will definitely lose the weight. You look at your kid and you're doubting whether this is our size or this is not the size. Some of you might even reject and run away, say, no, that one doesn't belong to us. For us, an average weight will always be in this. Anyway, that was just a joke, but don't do that, and I wish you the best. Bye.